Hey guys, welcome back. BGCR here. We're back with something a little bit different. We had a glitch where we got locked into basically not being able to participate in the fight. This happens every once in a while where neither team can interact with the other one. And so we decided that this was a great opportunity to test the stun chance on the Earth 2 Flash.
It was also an opportunity to get frustrated, but I figured I'd done enough of that lately. Might as well try to get something out of it. So I guess going back to the thing about the Flash, so his passive, which we showed you right at the beginning, was there's a chance of stun. Doesn't tell you how often it is. And we mentioned this in our recent video about that confirmation bias, right? Where maybe you make a bit of a guess based on one fight where it really stands out in your mind where it stuns when it needs to or it doesn't stun at all.
Yeah.
And then it's hard to judge. And part of me has, I guess, a little bit of frustration in general with gears that have a chance, because I like to know it's going to happen so I can plan for how my strategy is going to be.
Anything that involves RNG is always a little bit not great unless it's a really high % chance.
Yeah, so it took me a little bit at the beginning to just figure out in this part how when you saw Killer Frost come in a couple times, where I was trying to figure out, okay, so is there any chance I'm going to finish this fight? Because look, we were totally rocking it, right? All their health is gone. They've barely touched us, and the only reason this is even lasting as long as it is, right, is because it glitched out, and part of me suspects it might be the Astro Harness, but I'm not 100% sure. Because he's still got, the only thing he's got left is the protective shield, right?
Mm-hmm.
And look at the numbers. I mean, all right, so this is the other thing about sort of interesting statistical things, is that it totally depends on sample size, and most of the time the sample size that we're analyzing when we look at something like this is really, really small.
Mm-hmm.
And so if we'd stayed after the first 9 or 10, we'd be thinking, oh, 60% chance it stuns. And well, there's something about when they go really fast and the sound gets high pitched. Even if they're not talking, it feels like they're chipmunks. And it's a little bit ridiculous. So actually I should probably say too, the team that you're seeing is a team that we recently highlighted, where it's an Earth 2 team, and the title was sort of a play on that Earth 2 times 2, because a partial Earth 2 team with Killer Frost, in my mind, is a lot better than a full Earth 2 team.
Yeah. Earth 2/3.
Earth. Okay, that's good. I hadn't thought of that. Yeah, because Hawkgirl doesn't really add much. Having that chance of stun. Here's the thing. If we had one more piece of gear that could boost stunned opponent damage, totally worth it. Problem is, when you stun on tag in, it's really only useful for the guy who's tagging in. Mm-hmm. It gives you a free unblocked hit, but you can usually do that anyways without having to struggle so hard. And it looks like right now we're 50%. We're exactly 50%. I'm not convinced that Hawkgirl is useless on this team, but the problem with a tap combo is maybe half the time the combo ender triggers, and when she does a combo ender, there's only a chance that she will stun. It's pretty clear to me that she should not be the one either on the team or even having the Cloak of Destiny. And so, and I was saying before with this team that I'm actually really enjoying a lot, is that every other Flash up until now, great basic damage dealer. There's something about his combo though, because if you just do the swipe where there's the first 2 hits, it feels like there's a huge pause, and it's hard to just keep on doing that repeatedly, even if he slowed everybody else down. So we're holding pretty evenly. There was a run there when the no stun got caught up that it felt like it wasn't stunning at all, and it wouldn't stun ever again. Okay, so I know it's the sound of his punches too. It sounds like he's yelling at him when he does it, and he's like squeaking.
Well, I mean, as far as it never triggering again, random number generators in stuff always work in not truly random ways, right? They always use something else, like some random seed information.
Right, it's got to start from somewhere.
So who knows? I mean, it's possible that you have a random number generator that can actually, just coincidentally generate a bunch of the same kind of values in a row based off of whatever it's starting from, right? Especially if it looks like it's about 50-50.
Okay, so speaking of random number generation, I can tell you a little bit of a funny story. Is that back in school, we used to play, not even really play full campaigns, this game called Marvel Contest of Champions. And instead of just doing stuff, we'd actually just have characters with their stats and fight them to see who would win, you know, like who would beat who, like that kind of thing. And in class, you can't really roll die because it's disruptive. So there was a Sharp calculator that had a random number generator function. So we would use that as an alternative to rolling die to see what would happen when we, you know, when the Hulk would take a swing at Aunt May. And
that seems like it would be an unbalanced matchup.
Well, Aunt May apparently had, we made up something where Aunt May had this special attack where she had like special fingernails, and she could grab the Hulk in a sensitive part of his anatomy, and that would be disabling.
Okay.
But the chance to land would be relatively low.
And look at how far we've come with technology. Now you can play Contest of Champions, the crappier version of Injustice, on your phone.
I know, this is hilarious. Okay, so it looks like what I predicted originally, my thoughts when I first was playing around, because of how often I wanted to stun and didn't, I thought the percentage of stun would be a lot lower, actually. I thought probably close to a third of the time, but I'm thinking... We're not quite there yet. How many we've got now? We've got 79. So maybe another 20, and we'll see. But it's really looking like it's about a 50% chance, right? The same as flipping a coin.
Yeah.
So maybe talking about the team actually again too. So I can't remember how much we went into it in the previous video, but Killer Frost is in a lot of ways almost dead weight. If you really wanted sort of a secondary tank, even though she's geared to be basic damage, if you let her take a hit, that you if somebody's got to take a hit and you think they won't survive it, I think Killer Frost is the one, because most of the fights with Earth 2, Flash and Solomon Grundy are doing all the heavy lifting. In fact, sometimes Solomon Grundy, geared as a tank, is last man standing, is able to finish off the fight. Alright. It's the sound. Okay, I can't. It doesn't get any less funny each time you hear it, because it sounds like little Alvin and the Chipmunk grunts when he's taking swings at the Arkham Knight. Alright, so I think we've pretty much got our answer. Let's hold out for another, what, 5 more. And are we gonna, oh, is it gonna end up in a literal tie? Oh,
no.
So close. In a lot, to me, it's like watching a sporting event. It's pretty darn close. Alright. And I think we're going to have to give up at some point. There's a screenshot for a possible thumbnail. And there we go.
So that is the approximate percent chance. It looks like it's about 50-50 of stunning with Earth 2 Flash's ability. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Komoda.